Hello, and welcome to the next episode of the Next Gen Retro Men podcast. As always, I am Ryan, and I am joined by
Adrian
and Jason.
Hey, guys.
Hi. How's it going?
Good. Living the dream. So this episode is going to be the conclusion of our Ladies' Night series. And we are going to be joined this week by Adrian's wife, Keri. So I apologize in advance.
To me or the listeners?
To everyone.
Okay.
Everyone. So just to refresh you, what we do on these episodes is we have one of our wives come on and we each bring a female character from pop culture and nerd media that we think is a positive role model for both women and men, or that is someone that really spoke to our wives, like growing up or now. So
a real inspiration.
Representation of women in pop culture matters and needs to be expressed a little bit more. So we want to shine a light on that. So before we get to that, we're going to do what we've been up to and some quick news. And to kick that off, hey there, Adrian. Well, what you been up to there, buddy?
Continuing watching The Boys, season 1, episode 7.
So you're almost at the end of season 1.
Yeah. Almost.
Shit's about to go down.
You like the show?
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's kind of a little intense at times.
It's really fucked up and it's really funny, and a lot of times at the exact same time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I will say,
Homelander,
Anthony Starr, the guy who plays Homelander, is just the breakout of that show. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, we're really
Carl Urban.
No, I've always. Carl Urban's been awesome in everything. Like, I didn't really know who this guy was until the show, and then now
even Doom.
Well, what season is it up to now?
2.
I mean, what episode?
5. Season 2, episode 5.
Okay. You all caught up?
I am all caught up. Yes.
I have not started it.
The series or the season?
The season.
Oh.
So. Cool.
Also been playing Smash Brothers with Charlotte. She's actually getting it, which is pretty impressive.
Punishing her.
This is my house now.
You're like, this is a down smash.
No, she's actually doing pretty well. She gets the concept and she looks forward to it like all day. So when I get home, she's like, "Oh, let's play the fighting game." Right now, her favorite character's Zelda.
Aw. Complicated character.
Yeah, and she makes me play the Ice Climbers.
Who are the worst character.
Yeah. So, I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's good to see her just really get into it. We also switched our master bedroom and our man cave / office around. So now I got a bathroom in the man cave.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, does it mess up your gaming when Keri goes in there to take a dump?
No, that's the boys' bathroom. What about you, Jason? What have you been up to?
Finished painting a skull cannon for my Corn Army. It's a medium-sized model, so it kind of took a while. Been listening to audiobooks for Warhammer stuff, getting into the Chaos Knights, like World Eater stuff, really big.
Cool.
Rewatching The Office and Parks and Rec before they leave Netflix next week.
I mean, they'll be on Peacock. Peacock's free.
Yeah, but then I don't have to download again another thing. God.
Is it free?
Peacock I think it's free, but it has ads.
Do you need to have a TV provider or something like that?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
And playing Spellbreak, it's like a battle royale, but with magic, kind of like The Last Airbender. You pick your element and land on an island and shoot rocks and flames at people. It's fun. And that's about it for me.
Cool.
What about you, Brian? What you been up to?
I got Super Mario 3D All Stars and been playing that with Ben, like just kind of having fun. Like,
How's that?
good. Super Mario 64 like still holds up, like it's still good. The camera's a little shitty, but you know,
Like
and,
shitty
Always
how
has
it was before, or
yeah,
just
like it like
shittier?
that's the only thing in that game that hasn't aged well, other than the graphics. But like the graphics are still it's not awful.
Is it the
But
same graphics or is it kind of remastered?
yeah, I mean you can kind of tell like some things are a little sharper and stuff, but it's not it's
But the music's still the same.
yeah.
And as long as you have that one song that plays during the penguin slide, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. And I played a little bit of Sunshine. I'm kind of focusing more on that one on my own because I never played that one, and it's been pretty cool so far. And Galaxy is still great. Like Ben has kind of been playing more of that one, just because I guess it kind of reminds him more of some of the stuff from Odyssey, which is the one he's like really connected with. And the only thing with Galaxy is it was originally on the Wii, so there's still some like motion control crap that you have to kind of get used to, but it's not too bad. And I picked up Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, and those games are still fun.
Yeah.
And you can go in and turn songs off on the soundtrack, which is I like that a lot. So I was like, and you can skip them too. Like if you click the right thumbstick in, it skips a song.
That's
Wasn't
good.
that like the best part of the game? All the
Some-
Yeah,
music?
no, like, dude, yeah, Superman by Goldfinger, hell yeah. Jerry Was a Race Car Driver by Primus, hell yeah. Like, let's go. But some of the other stuff I just, just not my thing. And my like the past few days, I have been prepping to smoke some turkey breasts, which I'm going to do tomorrow. But I like brined them and I have like rubbed them in the seasoning and I've got them kind of resting right now. And yeah, I'm excited. Like I cleaned out the smoker and all kinds of stuff today, so I've been like really prepping for that. And people at my wife's work are like wanting some, and people from my work are wanting some. So I bought like 2 like big breasts, and we're gonna keep one of them and then eat that ourselves, and then the other one we're gonna cut in half, and I'm gonna take half to work and she's gonna take the other half. So
That sounds
hopefully
cool.
it's good. I think I kind of have it all planned out, so hopefully I should be able to nail it. I finished the second Farsight book and it was really good. And
There's one more, right?
no, not yet. It hasn't been released, so.
Ah.
But reading that book made me really like the orcs a lot, so I think that might be my next kind of army or project or whatever.
It's the worst race in 40K right now.
I know, hell yeah, dude.
They're
They're so
in a tough
dumb and
spot.
funny though, dude. It's hilarious. I don't really care about the meta. Like they're
Yeah.
just dumb and funny, and
Horde
Yeah.
armies are just in a tough spot right now.
they just say stupid shit, and all they want to do is like shoot
Walk.
guns and go fast. It's hilarious. So, and I bought Berserk Volume 1, like the first book in that manga series, and it's like one of the first manga I've read. And so far so good. Like really the reason I picked it up is because it's just such a huge influence on Bloodborne and the Souls games. So I was
Was
like,
it?
you know what? Yeah, oh yeah. The like brand that he has on his neck or whatever is almost exactly the Hunter's Rune from Bloodborne, minus like a little bit. So it's there's just
I thought you mentioned he just dies a lot.
a lot of dude. It's pretty freaking violent. So
Yeah.
it was like 18 plus explicit content like on the thing, and so I felt kind of weird buying it. Where I was like, it's because of blood, not titties. Like, like I'm not a pervert, like in this regard at least. So, I mean, I am, but not because of this book. But, anyways, and I've just been listening to a lot of Primus. Primus is great. Like, they're just fun. Kind of needed to get away from the death metal for a little bit, just because I don't know. I needed something kind of goofy and silly, and still awesome though, like technically. So Primus has really scratched the itch. And I can tell you, the one good thing that has come out of COVID for me is Primus had to delay their tour, and it's going to be like next year now instead of this year, which I would have missed, So, and the thing that is cool about that is they are playing Rush's probably like their best album, A Farewell to Kings. Like they're playing that album in its entirety, which is just hell yeah. Like,
what are the tour dates? Anything?
They start in June in Houston, Irving, and then Austin.
We'll see.
So Austin is, I mean, but again, it's been delayed a bunch. But like the date in Austin is on my anniversary, so Kelly and I
Irving.
Well, I mean, Kelly and I might go to Austin and like kind of make a date out of it. So we'll see. I mean, it's still a ways away, and I'm not really thinking about buying tickets just yet because I honestly think too, the last Podcast on the Left tour that I already have tickets for that got delayed might be that same week or day. I don't know. So I got to figure that out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we'll see. But yeah, that about wraps it up. And now let's go straight into news.
Still need to make that a jingle.
No, I like it this way.
No, it's perfect.
I thought about it a little bit. I like doing it because it's stupid. So I'll kick it off real quick. Hey, Microsoft bought ZeniMax. That's
the channel that you watch at night?
No, that's Cinemax, and I haven't watched that in a while. Like, the internet exists. Anyways, so that's so ZeniMax is the parent company that basically owns Bethesda.
They're Bethesda's daddy.
Yeah, and so they bought them straight out for $7.5 billion with a B. 7.5. How much do you think Disney bought Star Wars for?
Like 4
billion. So they almost doubled that to buy ZeniMax. And they basically, they're going to, that just basically makes Game Pass insane. Like, you're getting all those Bethesda games, and you'll get them when they come out. I'm not sure about multi-platformer stuff yet. We'll see.
Is Game Pass a monthly subscription?
Yeah, but I think on PC it's like $10.
Basically, Bethesda has tricked you into paying monthly for Elder Scrolls rather than just every console.
Dude, but you're also getting Arcane, like Dishonored 2.
Meh.
They're keeping... don't meh that, my friend. They're keeping the exclusivity deal with Sony for Deathloop and... what's that other one? Oh, Ghostwire, which looks cool. But, I mean, they literally just snagged up, like, 7 studios, including id. So, like, Microsoft owns Doom now. Like, it's crazy. It's just such a huge move, and we'll see, like, what this actually does for them. But, like, you know what? Like, that's a baller-ass move to go out and just buy. They didn't just, we bought the Elder Scrolls. No, they just fucking bought the whole company. Like, and the thing
What's
that's
Sony
cool,
saying?
Sony don't give a shit. Sony has their own studios, and I mean, they probably give a shit. You know, I don't think they're like, oh, whatever, but they already have their own studios kind of in place. They have their franchises. They have their own kind of plan, and
Sony's like, that's cool. Did you see we're releasing a God of War?
Yeah, like that's kind of where their thought process, at least I think their thought process is right now. The thing that's kind of funny is Microsoft showed off that game, I think it was like Avowed or whatever, that Obsidian's doing, and everyone's like, oh, it's an Elder Scrolls ripoff. They're like, oh, it's an Elder Scrolls ripoff? We bought the Elder Scrolls. Like, fuck you. The other thing that's cool, and a lot of people are like kind of realizing it and freaking out a little bit about it, or being excited about it, is they own Obsidian, they own Bethesda, so Fallout New Vegas 2 is possible. Like, and people have been asking for that for a long time. Like, the Outer Worlds was basically Fallout New Vegas 2, just in a different skin and stuff. So
I want them to release Fallout New Vegas 2 and it be a Fallout 76 expansion.
Unless we talk about that. Yeah, but I think that's kind of it, unless you'll have something else to add to that.
No, I mean, it's like, okay, well, they bought Bethesda, but that just means, like, how often does Bethesda really release a big game? Like, they released Doom, but, like, their
I would
major
say
flagship games, like the Elder Scroll, and then there's that Star Citizen, those games have been around. Starfield or whatever. Yeah, like, those games, they take forever.
Oh, and Sony had been in deals or talks with them to get Starfield exclusive as of like a month ago. So that's like kind of shows you how fast Microsoft snagged them up.
Yeah, they were probably like, they probably watched Sony's thing and they're like, we need to do something. No, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They haven't confirmed that those games will be exclusive, but they'll probably be exclusive.
Yeah, we'll see.
If you could spend $7 billion on it, that would probably.
Well, how much did they buy Mojang or whatever it was for? And those games are still on all platforms.
I don't know. Let me look it up real quick. Go ahead and go into the next one, and I'll tell you when it pops up.
All Marvel films have now been pushed back to 2021, this making the first year since 2009 since a Marvel film has not been released in the theaters. So Black Widow got pushed back to May 7th, 2021.
Yeah.
Shang-Chi is now coming out before The Eternals, and it's going to be out July 9th next year, and Eternals is coming out November of next year. And isn't Eternals just like already done being filmed?
No idea.
So
I don't think so.
I don't think so either, but at this point, who the fuck knows anymore?
What does this do with like those Disney Plus series?
They haven't announced anything about that yet.
Yeah.
But I know that, from what I understand, Black Widow was supposed to lead up to Falcon and Winter Soldier. And that's why they've been pushing Falcon and Winter Soldier back so much, because that's pretty much done. Like WandaVision and Falcon and Winter Soldier has been done for a while.
Yeah, the WandaVision trailer just dropped this past week.
Yeah. Talk about that some.
That was cool. Real quick, Microsoft bought Mojang for $2.5 billion.
So half of Star Wars. For just Minecraft.
Don't forget that 0.5. Like, that's $500 million. Like, don't just leave that off.
That's a lot.
So anyways, WandaVision, man.
That looks good.
Yeah. But I guess this has nothing to do with this next slate of movies, if it's going to keep moving forward.
From what I understand, WandaVision is directly tied to Doctor Strange 2.
Yeah. That's the main thing for that one.
And I'm getting like House of M vibes from WandaVision.
Yeah, the whole premise has just got to be Wanda's gone ape shit, which she does in the comics. Like,
just creating different realities and stuff.
Yeah, just really fucking with reality. And
that supporting cast looks so fun too.
No, it's I really dug like how kind of goofy it was like at the beginning, and then it started getting a little bit more and more sinister, and I was like, all right, like I'm down.
I love Paul Bettany as Vision. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just give me some Marvel stuff. It's been too long.
Well, some more Marvel news. Jonathan Majors is going to be Kang the Conqueror.
I thought we talked about this last week.
No, it was in the notes for last week, but we deleted it for the PlayStation.
Whoops. Well, cool.
Yeah. He's going to be in Ant-Man 3.
Yeah, this could be, I guess, the next big bad.
I hope they're making it a big bag and not a one-off. It would make sense with them messing with time. I don't know. Yeah. We'll see. He's really good in Lovecraft Country, though.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. How is that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah, I need to check it out at some point.
Like, it's not as Lovecraftian as I'd wanted it to be, but it's still pretty good.
So we'll turn on the Switch?
I did not.
Anyways.
Mine's still in the closet. Xbox One X sales have boosted 700% because people don't know how to buy the right Xbox on pre-order.
It's pretty ridiculous, to be honest. Like, their
didn't we call this
conventions?
Yeah, didn't we call this?
We've talked about it.
Yeah.
We have an issue. Are you trying to download Splatoon 2?
No, it was the updates or something. All right, it's off. I had no idea what was going on.
So I was trying to talk to Kelly about this last night and was going through just the different names, and she was like, "What are they doing? Like, that's stupid."
Yeah,
So I was like, there was the
crazy.
Xbox, then the Xbox 360, and then the Xbox One, and then the Xbox One S, and then the Xbox One X, and then the Xbox Series X, and then the Xbox Series S. But which one's the Xbox One? Is it the original Xbox, or is that just the Xbox, or is it Xbox? Like, it just, you know, it's just, I can't even imagine, like, parents going to stores for Christmas this year, or the holidays, and just trying, I need to buy the Xbox X, and they're like, the One X or the Series X?
Which one's
And then-
cheaper?
Exactly. And they're gonna go, oh, well, you can do the Xbox Series S, and like, oh, cool, it's $300, awesome. They buy it, and then guess what? They're probably gonna go to, or later on buy like disc games for it that don't work on it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's gonna, I think, happen with PlayStation as well. Like, there's $500, there's $400. Give me the $400 one.
They need to train some employees to be ready to
Oh, they
tell
will,
these
but
parents. Yeah.
It's seasonal hires, man. Like,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna be a weird holiday as it is, and I think it's gonna be
It's all gonna be online.
a lot of
shopping.
online purchases, and there's not gonna be that employee there to tell them like, whoa, no, like, this is the one they're looking for.
Xbox, why couldn't you have just named it something smart, like Xbox 4?
Because Sony's one ahead of them, so they like, that's got to be their thought process. But
Xbox
they
Wii
can't
U.
just keep throwing around X's and S's, and like, they need
This
to.
isn't an iPhone.
Yeah, they need. Well, even the iPhone like did numbers, you know, like,
And then like iPhone S and then R. I
yeah,
think
it's
there's an R.
and that's kind of what Microsoft seems to be doing, is kind of doing these modular, not necessarily modular, but these kind of incremental jumps, and Sony to some extent as well, but Sony's been a little bit better with their naming, you know, conventions for the
They called
most
it
part.
Pro.
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
two,
PS4
three, four.
Pro, and I mean, outside of the PSP, which wasn't bad, the PS Vita, like, they have all had like very separate names, so it was hard to confuse them. So
Yes.
it's just gonna, man, there's gonna be some pissed off kids, and it's so bad that they're gonna be mad. Like, and the thing that's gonna be funny is they probably already have an Xbox One X, and then parents are gonna give them another Xbox One X, and man, it's gonna be
Have
ridiculous.
fun with your Fortnite.
Yeah. And finally, and in sad news,
Why do we always
Again.
end in sad news? I noticed that.
2020.
That's fair.
yeah, but so a legend just passed away. Ron Cobb, who was a production designer on, I mean, just like Back to the Future. I mean, he worked on Conan the Barbarian, The Last Starfighter. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. But for me, the big thing is he created the Nostromo for Alien. That was like really big, and he basically made that film, the ship, believable, that these like oil workers were in this spaceship, and all the signs and the iconography.
A space refinery.
Yes,
basically.
were all him. Like, or not all him, but he came up with most of that. And the other thing is he came up with the idea for the acid blood,
Oh.
which is one of the, the coolest things like about it. So they were having issues with like, why can't they just shoot this thing or whatever? And he was like, its blood is acid. And there you go.
You put a hole in the spaceship and kill
Yep.
everybody.
So rest in peace, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now we are going to bring on the just delightful and vivacious Keri. Okay, and welcome to the show, Keri.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Hi.
So, anywho, hi guys.
So those of you who don't know, my wife and Adrian's wife, my wife Kelly, Adrian's wife Keri, are like best friends, and they actually have a podcast together. If you want to get a quick little plug in there, buddy.
Yeah, you can come listen to us at Sense and Senselessness, pretty much anywhere, and we chat about mental health issues, but also tie it into our personal, things that we deal with. We don't like to say struggle with, but things that we manage or deal with, anxieties, other mental health problems, and then also just talk about general issues like things that are going on in the news and how they impact us and how we're trying to manage all of that. And then we kind of just yell at each other a lot and laugh a lot. So it's fun. I promise.
Sounds like a real boring piece of shit.
It just sounds like
it's really hard to say if you have a lisp. I'm going to be honest.
Can you say it, Jason? I want to hear it.
No.
No, I want to hear it.
Please,
Sense and senselessness.
There we go. Cool. Now that we've isolated and
My impediment.
talked shit about everyone, here we go. So, again, just real quick, our Ladies' Night series has been our wives coming on and taking turns. Basically, they'll bring a female character, and then their husband, one of us, will bring another female character, and we'll just kind of talk about it, why they think they're important and matter and cool and all those different things. So let's jump right into it. Keri, who you got?
All right. So I'm going to preface this by saying that the character that I chose, I've been very much emulating that character leading up to this podcast, and I'll get into that. So my character is Lisa Simpson from The Simpsons, and I've been doing a lot of research leading up to this and putting a lot of pressure on myself to do really well. And
Don't worry, you're gonna fail no matter what. It's all good.
Exactly, right? Like exactly, like none of this matters. So I chose Lisa Simpson primarily because The Simpsons, it's a classic, right? But growing up, when I probably should not have been watching that show, I totally was.
Mm-hmm.
And
that show was such like a no show for my parents. Like that's where they drew the line, and I was like, what the hell? Like
yeah, I watched a
wasn't
lot.
allowed to watch it
like the other day.
Yeah, Charlotte totally watches it. Also, I mean,
yeah. I have it on in the background a lot.
I was 8 years old and watching In Living Color and all sorts of things that I shouldn't have been watching, so it's fine. So
Ren and Stimpy was worse.
I totally agreed. And I actually, like, now as a parent, I'm like horrified that my parents let me watch Ren and Stimpy, because like that's the kind of show I would never let Charlotte watch. Like I have to draw the line somewhere in the shitty cartoons that she views.
She just watched some crazy shit though.
No, there's some stuff on Hulu that's like really stupid. That's like total like stoner cartoons that she loves, and it really makes me like question like her choices as a 4-year-old.
I and Next Gen Retro Man don't advocate the use of drugs for children. Let me just get that out of the way.
Yeah,
I don't know
Adrian.
if you listen. I don't know if you listened
No, he
last
told
week.
me all about it.
Kids should totally get high and watch that.
I had no idea.
What an idiot.
Oh, good times. Anyways,
I'm crying.
Yeah.
sorry.
So,
Keri, continue.
yeah. So, growing up watching The Simpsons, okay, perhaps this is a shocker to y'all. Jason, I know you don't know me as well. Ryan, you know me very well. But like growing up, I was very much like a goody two shoes. I like followed the rules. I was teacher's pet.
You play a bard in
just
D&D. I mean, that's all you had to say.
exactly. So while I am a foul-mouthed mother now, growing up, I was very much like a rule follower. And so Lisa Simpson very much embodied like who I wanted to be as a kid. You know, she got straight A's. The sibling relationship that she and Bart had was very much the sibling relationship that Trevor and I had, where they love each other, but sometimes it's tough and sometimes you're going to fight, like physically fight each other. You know, good student. She also was really big into writing, so like she journaled a lot, but she also like wrote poetry and short stories and stuff. And I also did that since I was like really young. So I totally related to her on that level. So it was like, you know, she's a good role model for a kid, I think. And then I started rewatching The Simpsons. I'm sure everybody did, like in their 20s. Mm-hmm. And I bought seasons 1 through 9 because those are the only good seasons in my opinion. I bought seasons 1 through 9 and like I've literally seen all the episodes a billion times. Adrian and I have like trivia. He always wins because he's annoying. But when I started rewatching The Simpsons again, I saw Lisa in a whole new light. Yeah. And she's not as one-dimensional as as an 8-year-old. I don't even know what fuck one-dimensional is. But in reflecting on like my views as her when I was a kid, she's definitely not as one-dimensional. She's pretty darn complex, and I really appreciate it. Well, first of all, I mean, she's a feminist. We know that. She's into the social justice. Mm-hmm. You know, she advocates for the underdogs. So those are kind of like the larger ones. But as I've been rewatching some of the episodes recently, there were a few others that resonate with me more now, like as a 35-year-old mother. This child like clearly has anxiety. And as someone who has a podcast on mental health issues, it's just like very evident that she has anxiety and she struggles with like managing her own anxiety and her own expectations for herself. Mm-hmm. And that is something that like I struggle with in my day to day.
Other people's expectations of her too.
Exactly. She just puts a lot, like she is very much an overachiever. Mm-hmm. And she works really hard for everything. And I resonate with that philosophy. Like I work really, really, really hard. And yeah, sometimes like into the night, you can ask Adrian. I'm like, you have to watch the baby tonight. We call her baby. She's 4 years old. Because I just have to work. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she's like a people pleaser in that sense, that she wants to do well. And she wants others to see that she's doing well. Yeah, that's totally me. And then go ahead.
I would say the thing that's like stood out for me from rewatching it, like when it's on FXX or Freeform or you know whatever the hell it's on,
Disney Plus.
Yeah, I haven't really watched it on Disney Plus though, but like I'll watch it like if I'm scanning stuff and it's on, I'll just turn it on to that and watch it. But the thing that has really stuck out to me is her convictions. Like she makes a decision and she stands by it like no matter what. Like the episodes where like she helps Mr. Burns like because he lost everything or whatever, and she helps him like, and even though she knows he's a horrible person and doesn't deserve her help, she still does it because it's who she is.
Right.
And that's just like a small example, but like she has her convictions and she sticks to them. Like, yeah. And I like watching that now, like, and I never saw that as a kid because haha, Bart has a slingshot or whatever and eat my shorts or whatever. But like now I'm watching it as an adult and I'm seeing like Lisa a lot of the time drives more of the story than I remember her doing when I was a kid or younger.
I totally agree. And in because I was trying to find some like articles just to kind of back up what I was seeing. And in one of the articles, it basically said that she's of course the foil to Bart, but that she is kind of
pretty much her whole family.
Yeah, well, exactly. I mean, Marge less so, but still definitely Marge. And she was also like kind of on my list. and because she is too very complex. But I just went with Lisa because I have more of a history with her. But yeah, the article was saying that she's more of the not just the moral compass, but the driving force. Like she's the backbone, like the moral backbone of that family. And on that, I also was noticing that, as kids, like our emotions are just like fleeting. Like we're in the moment, then we're out of the moment. We all have kids. They kind of bounce in and out of whatever mood they're in. But Lisa, like when she feels things, like she feels things so deeply, and she like sits in those feelings for like a really long time. And I think that's connected to like you said, her convictions and her integrity as a person. And I mean, sure, I have integrity, whatever, but like I also am like, when I sit in my emotions, like I'm there, I'm in it, and I feel things very, very deeply, and I'm very affected by things. And so in watching The Simpsons more recently, I'm like, oh, Lisa, I got you, girl. We're the same.
And then also just wanting to be different just to be different at times. Like oh
my God. Okay.
I feel that more as like, I remember that, and I didn't see that so much as a kid, but like her becoming Buddhist, like
right.
And so I think her also, like, she did like the whole Wiccan thing too. I can't remember when or wherever that happened, but
she plays a saxophone. That's as weird as you can get, probably.
But
for her age.
But
yeah,
and she likes jazz. Like
she's very she marches to her own beat. She definitely goes against. She tries to go against gender norms. She's like super into science and math, and later we see politics and things like that. And she definitely does try new things and tries. I don't know if it's like trying to be different, but she wants to be an individual. She doesn't want to be like everybody else. Like, I mean, I feel that. I also think she's a bit of a narcissist in the same sense. And I also feel that. I feel that.
I can see that. Well, like I said, the just being different just to be different, at times kind of speaks to that a little bit. But I think everyone on that show has flaws. And I think that's part of what, makes that show good in a sense, where some of them are more pronounced and are played more for laughs, like Homer. Like
for sure.
Homer is a flaw.
That's what I'm saying. He's just a walking bag of whatever you need him to suck at, like there it is,
Right.
And I think Marge kind of is the same way, where she struggles with like traditional values, but still
she's just trying to keep the whole family unit kind of.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, they all have their flaws and everything. So I think that speaks more to the writing and the way they all that. So Maggie doesn't talk, so
yeah. But what I love, and just like kind of having to dissect Lisa a little bit more, and it's like things that I've probably thought over the years, but haven't had to prepare for a podcast, so I'm not like piecing it all together. But I just think like, she's very morally grounded, and she advocates for the underdog, and she does all these great things. She's woke, but also she's kind of a dick sometimes, and I think that makes her funnier and more relatable. There was one episode that I was watching, I think last night. Flanders he's trying to apologize to Homer and say that he is a good neighbor and he wants to make amends, and he wrote this like whole letter, and Homer, of course, over the dinner table is like making fun of Flanders to the family. And Lisa isn't like, Dad, be kind or stop that. Like, she's right in there just like dragging Flanders. And I'm like, but I kind of love that about her. Like, she's not just one thing, she's mostly one thing.
I mean,
but also like fuck Flanders.
Stupid sexy.
But I just
Flanders.
thought it was funny. And then also it's like, even when she's trying to do the right thing, she still like dicks people over. What's the little guy's name? The Valentine?
Milhouse.
No, Ralph.
Oh.
And when she chooses him because she feels sorry for him, and then in the end she ends up like humiliating him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she's still kind of a dick. She's just not outwardly a dick.
Yeah.
But I think she's earnest in her actions, and
Mm-hmm.
it just shows that, like, you know, you can try to be a good person and you're still gonna fuck up sometimes, you know. And I like love that about her. And I think Marge is honestly, you know, the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So is Homer. Bart is just an asshole.
Yeah.
Bart has his brother moment.
I love Bart. I
And
love Bart, and he shows more complexity. And like the reason why I like seasons 1 through 9 is because they're very family focused, and they're not like super topical on like what's happening back then. I mean, there are some things that, you know, they draw into the storyline, but at the end of the day, it's mostly like family focused. And then I think like after like season 10 or so, that kind of like drops off and it becomes more like what's happening
Just
right
current
now
events.
in the news. Yeah.
That's why like Bob's Burgers is good now, because that's still family focused.
Yeah, exactly. So I think in the earlier episodes, Bart, you know, like the one where they're playing hockey, and in the end, I think they both just quit and Homer gets pissed because everybody was ready for like a bloodbath, and, you know, the siblings chose each other. You know, Bart has his moments, but I think overall Lisa's one of the more well-rounded characters, and just for me personally, just super relatable because of just who she is, you know, driven and pushing herself and giving herself anxiety over shit and trying to be a good person and then just fully failing sometimes.
Yeah. Cool. All right, Adrian, let's do your obvious pick.
So mine is, of course, Princess Zelda, the Legend of Zelda series.
Wait, Zelda's a girl?
Adrian had to, guys, y'all joke, but Adrian had to teach that to me like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
No.
That's the only way
I
you can
grew
get
up
married.
playing that game.
That's
Did you
worse.
say that's the only thing you taught me?
Oh, I said that's the only reason we got married.
Yeah, he taught me the one thing, and I was like, I love you.
So yeah, well my I guess my favorite female character in video games is Zelda. You know, she started off, you know, back in the 80s in the NES with like Princess Toadstool at the time, Princess Peach, as, you know, just the damsel in distress.
Mm-hmm.
You know, kind of one-dimensional. It's just like the prize at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Zelda 2. And then it wasn't until like the third one with the Link to the Past where she still was, you know, the princess you have to save at the end, but like at the beginning it was more like she was like a guide.
Mm-hmm. And she's like actively doing stuff
Right.
to make things right and all that.
Yeah, and like she's like being like more part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not until Ocarina of Time where like you got like the child Zelda. She's the only one in the kingdom that sees what's going on.
Yeah.
You know, she has like the dreams, the nightmares about Ganondorf, and once you're child Link and you make it to the castle, she's the one that tells you, okay, you need to get this and this and this, and then get the stone and the swords and open up the thing. And, you know, that's the only way we can like save the world. And then, you know, you do that, and then like once you're an adult, you meet Sheik, who's kind of like this stealth ninja assassin person who kind of helps you on your way.
They're a badass.
Yeah, and you find out that it's actually Zelda the whole time.
Spoilers.
Spoiler? You didn't even put a spoiler alert?
Yeah, no joke. Wait, what?
It's like a 20-year-old game.
You didn't know that? Really?
Actually, I think I did, and I think I cried when I found out.
But yeah, I mean, that's so, you know, she gets more involved. Twilight Princess, she's the only survivor of the royal family once the invasion from Zant comes in. She's kind of forced to like surrender to like save her people, and then kind of like secretly like helps like a rebellion.
Yeah, she definitely becomes like less and less one-dimensional like as the series goes. Like they've figured out what to do with her.
They made her
Yeah.
basically Princess Leia.
Well, that and then I mean Wind Waker and Spirit Tracks and the DS ones where
Yeah, the whole adult timeline.
Toon
Yeah,
Zelda.
where she's like a pirate.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't even know she's a princess the whole time. She's like a little tomboy pirate.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't really played much of those games.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of started playing Wind Waker with Charlotte.
Did you? I think I told you about like the canceled like Chic RPG or whatever that they were making, or it was in like early development that eventually got canceled.
I don't remember. I think hearing a little bit of it.
I know that there was that Phillips game that was actually supposed to have her as the main character.
She is the main character in.
Yeah,
she is.
Is it Wanda Gamelon or?
Yeah,
What's the
no,
other?
yeah,
Is it
it
that one or
sucks.
the other one?
It
We were
sucks,
talking about
but
that.
whatever.
But yeah, what was that RPG one?
I can't remember exactly, but it was a RPG that there was concept art and stuff done for it, where it would have been. I don't know if it necessarily was Zelda, but it would have been like the last of like it would have been Sheik, like the last of like the line of like protectors or whatever. Yeah, and would have kind of dealt with all that. So.
I mean, that'd been cool. Like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff gets canceled. So.
Between her and like Princess Peach, like no one's really like clamoring for like a Princess Peach game, even though they have made it.
Yeah.
But everyone wants to play
pretty cool.
Zelda and like this next Breath of the Wild.
Like, yeah.
That's like one of the top like requests is like make her playable.
Yeah, Hyrule Warriors.
She's in Hyrule. She's really fun in Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Have you ever played those?
I played a little bit of them.
No, I haven't played any of them.
Adrian,
I'm gonna get the second one.
Hyrule Warriors.
Sure. You just need to get the first one.
It's really good.
You would love that game.
I definitely want to get the second one though because that one's gonna be canon, like the prequel.
When's Breath of the Wild?
Anyways.
That's an argument for another time.
Keri's just checked out. She's like, I don't want to hear about Zelda.
No, I actually really like watching Adrian play Zelda, but I stopped playing Zelda years ago. I used to play. I played Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, but
yeah, a little bit.
Fun fact: Grace's favorite video game is Zelda Minish Cap.
I played some of that, but that one was like, I remember. I can't remember why I had to get rid of that, but that was a damn cool game.
That's your favorite video game.
You had to get rid of it?
Yeah, I can't remember why. I may have checked it out when I worked at GameStop or something, but I remember playing some of it.
But growing up, Zelda was honestly my favorite video game. I would play with my mom, and which is the one, Adrian, that had the light world and the dark world?
Link to the Past?
Did you know that Metroid's a girl?
I knew that when Adrian told me that like 10 years ago.
Samus?
Yeah, I know her name is Samus. Asshole.
I
asked you earlier. I said, who are you doing, Zelda or Samus?
Heyo.
No, yeah. Sam ass.
Oh,
yeah,
snap.
So don't try to fucking call me out right now.
I watched one of those like commercial compilations on YouTube from like the 90s or whatever, and there was a Kool-Aid commercial where you could enter a certain number of like Kool-Aid points at the Wacky Warehouse to get Metroid 2: The Return of Samus.
Oh, no.
And it bothered me more than it should have. And it has a picture
typing
of
at your typewriter an angry letter.
It has like a picture of her on a school bus with these two kids and her head's all bobbling weird and stuff. It was really weird.
My name is Samus.
I am Samus.
I think I got rid of all my Kool-Aid points. Do they still do Kool-Aid points?
No.
I
don't think so.
You got
your Camel Cash. Anyways.
And then Skyward Sword, my least favorite.
I like Skyward Sword more than I like Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild is so much better. Skyward Sword is a shit Zelda.
I've never played it.
All right, no. All right, no. Debate.
Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go back to the corners. Cool off. All right. Well, anyways, in that movie, it's a good story. She's actually the reincarnation of the goddess Helia. So like, she goes from damsel in distress to warrior goddess who saves the world. And Breath of the Wild, she's like the savior of Hyrule, fighting Ganon, keeping him at bay for 100 years. So yeah, just pretty much her whole thing is like, from that cliche to like super badass chick.
She became a badass in Smash Brothers for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's cool because it's actually my daughter, it's Charlotte's favorite character right now.
I think.
Yeah, she wants to be Princess Peach for Halloween, and I don't know how Halloween is happening this year. So.
Yeah, we were actually talking about that the other day. I was like, I'm just gonna do an Easter egg hunt with candy, or I'm just gonna go buy a bag and hang out in costumes for a day. Who knows?
Grace is not old enough to trick or treats. I don't mind.
Oh.
No.
But he'd be cute in a costume right now.
Oh my god,
Dude, every once in a while, I think of him tapping his fingers together for more, and it makes my heart grow like the Grinch's.
He doesn't do it anymore.
Still,
now he points
the fact
at
that it
something and he
happened
goes,
at all.
he just points at it and he goes, eh.
I'm just
Now
saying
my
the
heart's
fact that he
shrinking.
did that at all, like,
Yeah, he did. He
made
it
the
was
world
cute.
a better place. Well, yeah. You got anything to add to that, Adrian, about old Zorlo?
No. Well, I mean, Miyamoto named Zelda after Zelda Fitzgerald because he liked the name of the sound. He liked the sound of the name.
like the name
Both
of
of
the
them.
sound.
And Robin Williams named his daughter after Zelda.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a commercial of them playing on like the DS. It was really cute. Now sad, but still
I'm
cute.
so sad now.
Oh. But yeah, Zelda.
Cool. Before you go, Keri, do you have like an honorable mention or anything, anything else? You're on the spot now. You're on the spot.
Well, I mean, my honorable mention, again, is a cartoon character, and it's Linda Belcher.
I knew it. God, I love
Because
Linda.
I fucking love Linda Belcher. I aspire to be her every day. And I have been her for Halloween, twice now, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I
was Bob.
He was Bob. Charlotte was Louise when she was a baby.
You were Jean.
No.
I'm Jean
he's
every
just
other
awkward
day.
like Jean.
I'm Jean 365 days.
I'll be the Sasquatch Gene.
Beef Squatch.
Sand Squanch. No, Linda, I love her. I think she does her damnedest to be like the best mom and the best wife, and
with a wine glass in her hand.
With the wine, fuck yes, and damn if I don't have a beer in my hand right now.
She's loyal as fuck. Like that's probably the best thing.
She's loyal as fuck, but also she just doesn't give a fuck what other people think about her too, which is like why I really love her. Like she is just so herself, and she's so comfortable in her own skin. And that's what I love about her. And I am comfortable in my own skin, but I do often care about what people think about me, and I should care less. But that's why I love her, like so much. She is definitely.
She looks like my mom.
Does she? I need to see a picture of your mom.
She looks
in
like
red glasses.
everybody's mom.
No, like she looks like my mom, and my sister looks like her sister.
Oh my gosh, does she have lots of cats?
No. My sister's actually allergic to
I don't
cats.
think your sister looks like Gail.
Put some glasses on her.
I don't know, man.
Has it been a while since you've seen my sister?
Your wedding.
It's been a while then. That was a while ago.
Has it? I don't even know. What is time?
I don't know. I don't
time
know
gone
anymore.
crazy. Time gone
It's almost
crazy.
October. 2020 is almost over. I don't know what's happening anymore.
All right. Well, I'll tell you what the next thing that's going to happen is get off my show, Keri.
Fine. I'm out, bitches.
Our show, I guess. I don't know. Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Bye. I love you.
Bye.
All right, thank God she's gone.
No, I'm not.
Oh God. Kill him with fire. Anyways, so thank you to Keri for coming on, and I was kind of mean to her, but that's our dynamic, and I love Keri from the heart of my bottom, just anyways. So that is
Butt heart.
Heyo. That is the conclusion of our series on that. We will try to get a bonus episode for that where the three wives kind of come together and maybe talk about their opinions all together. We'll see if and when we can get that going. But that about wraps it up for us this week. And you, as always, can find us on Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. We are on Amazon Music and Deezer. Now I believe I'm working on getting on more platforms.
Just Google us.
You can always email us at nextgenretromen@gmail.com.
You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at nextgenretromen.
You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/nextgenretromen, and YouTube, nextgenretromen. You can also support your favorite broadcast on Patreon. We don't have a Patreon, but we're also probably not your favorite podcast, so check it out.
Why is she still here?
Get out of here. She's peeking.
Get her out of here.
Something's peeking.
You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Bye.
What? I'm not ending this until she's gone.